As always, just gotta wait for the Zoom lady to tell me something. Hey man, we back again. If it looks like we haven't changed, it's because we haven't. This is episode 196 of the podcast. Man, Cheddar, you know what it is. And John is back. On this one, we're talking sports. And not the sports you would typically think of. We're talking track and field, right, Johnny?
That's right. Why is it always a white woman that's telling us what to do? Fuck.
That's so racist. She's in the fucking, and well, you're in the house with her, right? Because if you're white passing, this is, you know what's fucked up. This is the intro.
Yeah. I'm folding the sheets.
You're folding the sheets, making sure Mammy and Pappy are good. All right, man. Let's kick it off with the show. But first of all, you hear the intro. Shout out to Ant House Beats. Yo, what are you doing right now?
The big V. Look, man.
All right, man. Let's just jump right into this shit. So
I made my wife wake up and drive me there anyway. Es a major.
Pues con eso. Pues con español.
¿Qué pasó, papá? ¿Cómo estás? Any questions?
Now, when you bought that sweater, right? You just go, fuck it. I'm going full Mr. Rogers. You've tuned into the Man Chatter podcast. All right, guys. I got to pause with a white lady. All right, guys. So we back again. On this one, we're talking track and field. This is a big thing for John. This is his number one favorite sport, along with curling and badminton.
Fucking curling and badminton. Who watches that shit?
White people. I don't fucking know. I don't know. White people and drunk dudes at bar at 4 a.m. I don't fucking know.
I would watch it. If I was drunk, I'd watch curling.
Yeah, you have to be drunk. Like somebody drunk made that game up in like Minnesota or some shit. Hey, you want to push this? You want to push this big metal rod down this ice slope? All right, you want to get some brooms too? What the?
Look, man. Let's not get off track because we did that last show and the show before that. And the show before that.
And the show before that, and the show, and every show we've ever done.
I've been following track and field for a long time, probably since before I even started running cross country in high school.
Yep.
So like the Olympic draws is a big thing.
Michael Johnson is what got me started on track and field.
Yeah, back in '96 with the gold shoes.
With the gold shoes, man.
With the golden shoes in Atlanta.
Yeah,
damn right. And so people are this is the Tokyo Olympics. They got pushed back a year, and so. No one cares about the Olympics except for every 4 years. Mm-hmm. But I've been watching track like leading to this. I've been watching it this year. I've been watching the NCAAs and the seasons that some of these athletes are having. One of them I got pulled up right now, the women's 800 meter champion.
I think
or the one the trials. I think Mo.
Yep. Her leg kick is crazy,
she's
bro.
19 years old.
Monster.
Holy crap! I saw her. She didn't run the indoors. She won the outdoors. The indoors she didn't run. The indoor NCAA track was won by what's her name, Leah Miller from Baylor, who was crazy because she ran I think a 1:59 or 2 minutes flat. She would have gotten destroyed by Mo. By the way, she would have gotten destroyed.
Yeah, she would have been in the
pack.
But
she went out and ran. She led from wire to tape, which was gutsy because the 800 meters is it's a fucking tough race because it's an all-out sprint for 2 laps. Like I've done a 400 meters and my legs feel like jello when I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the people that are running that shit. And then, I mean, look, the 1500 meters, the milers, whatever, like they got to run pretty fast for 4 laps, but they're not running quite at almost all-out 400 meter speed. These fucking 800 meters it's almost an all-out sprint. You get to the 400, you're like, oh shit, 400 more to go. I don't know how they do that shit.
Fuck that. I have no idea. Can't even comprehend it.
Yeah, man, but I love track and field and it's year round. Like indoors, there's outdoors, there's the NCAAs, the college, which by the way, there's a big decision with NCAA last week, I think, as far as athletes being able to get paid for the likeness and their names and all that shit.
I already got settled because I saw a thing today on Bleacher Report, sorry to cut you off, where the quarterback for Wisconsin already has his own logo. I think his name is like Graham Mertz. So he has his own logo that he's going to get paid for that's going to get monetized. So, and they have that young...
getting paid for being influencers on Instagram and Twitter and all that shit.
They got that kid that runs the 200, Arian Knighton, that is competing with Noah Lyles. 17-year-old.
17-year-old.
That's a monster that set the world record for under 18.
Under 20.
under 20 with
under
that
18.
Usain Bolt had. So that guy's a guy to look out for. And you have Aaron Knight. Look, I've been watching YouTube clips of this shit. Like go back to your initial person, right? I think Mo. She almost tripped in the first 100 meters. Almost tripped because and the person behind her stumbled. She picked, like, I didn't see it initially. I saw it on the replay where like she stumbled and picked her feet up and then just dude, like the last 150 to 200 meters, she was gone, bro. Like when I like gone again, you're don't think about it like us as regular human beings that fucking kind of run sometimes. Think about it with other want to be Olympians, like top level athletes. That's how you really have to look at it and compare this shit to. She ran away from them, which was incredible. And it didn't even look like she was breathing hard after.
That's the thing. These runners, they look like they're jogging because they're so graceful when they're running, especially when you're talking about like the 800 meters and the 1500 meters, because they're almost sprinting, but you know, they're middle distance runners at that point, 800 and up. They're mid distance runners. So it's not really an all out sprint, but it's close to it. But you got to change your running form so you can be more efficient. And it looks like they're fucking jogging, but they're doing like, when you're talking about the men, they're doing sub 4 minute miles, you know?
Insane, bro.
That thing Mo ran on 156. That's nuts. That's insane. I got the clip pulled up here. I just want to watch this race one more time.
Let's fucking
and
do
all
it,
these other damn races. To give a disclaimer, we were able to watch this. One, because it's on YouTube. That's why we can watch this and show it. And two, because it's for commentary for the show. So in case someone thinks we're trying to pirate this shit, no.
We can watch. I'm down. Watch that Noah Lyles run again. That Grant Holloway 110 meters. Oh, bro, come on!
I want you to watch the women's 400 meter hurdles.
I didn't see that one.
Watch it, and that was fucking amazing.
Was that Gabby Thomas?
It was crazy. Gabby Thomas, no, she was the 200 meters.
Okay.
She I can't remember the girl's name. I've heard of her, and I hadn't really seen her run until yesterday. I'd watched Delilah Muhammad, who was a world record holder.
Actually, I did see this race.
The favorite.
I did see this race.
Yeah.
I did see this. I'll watch it again.
One? The 400?
Yeah, Delilah Muhammad got second, and the other girl like ran past her. Yeah, I know exactly. I saw that earlier. I'll watch that again though. Track and field.
21 years old, man.
Monster. Yeah, she was like hurt or too young, like a couple years ago, or some shit, and like now she's like the world best.
Yeah, I think back in like 2016, she made the team. God, I can't think of her name. So much.
Go to blank.
Anyway.
Hey, real quick, just pull up the I think Mo, and then
I'm pulling it up right now.
Shout out to Evan Williams. Who's Evan Williams? The bourbon I'm drinking. That's who Evan Williams is.
I thought I had it pulled up. Let's see. Here we go.
What else you got there?
Oh, that's what it was. Sydney McLaughlin. Okay.
Yes.
But let's share this video. Let's see if we got anything more. Let me know if you can see it. It might take a minute. Am I sharing sound? I hope so.
If you're not, you can just mute it and we could give our own commentary. How about that? How about we do our own commentary? Don't have them talking.
All right. I'm gonna hit play. Let me know if you hear the sound and then I'll take it off.
All right, cool.
Trenton High School in New Jersey, and some of her Trenton.
All right, but fuck this dude because this is a U.S. Tross, and I swear to God, he sounds British. I don't feel like listening to a British dude.
How does that make sense?
Do commentating on the U.S. trials.
Could have got Mark Jones.
Not. He's probably American.
No, he sounds British as shit, bro. He might be from like New Zealand or something.
Here we go. That's the Olympic start. They kind of. I think. What was this? This is the 800. Oh, no, this is the semis.
Yeah, this is the semis.
This is the semis.
This isn't
all right. We're gonna watch it just because. Yeah, it's not the one because they ran at night. Because this was, I think this was pushed to nighttime because it was 108 degrees yesterday, and I think like 110 on the track. It's crazy because that's the hottest it's been there since 1980.
It's almost like the world
Pacific Northwest doesn't get that hot.
It's almost like the world is ending.
almost like
Climate
there's
change is real.
global warming and climate change.
Yeah, no, but who can't.
We got
We've never
ice caps melting and shit.
Yeah. Oh, we've never seen it be this hot before. Oh, I wonder why that is.
Look how effortless.
She's like jogging, bro. I'd be dead.
Look how effortless that
I would have tripped over my feet.
Mel, Javi, anyone, they're like, why are they jogging? I'm like, do you know how fast they're running right now?
Yeah.
I was like, they're running like 17 miles an hour. Like they're flying. That was a 58-minute lap or 58-second lap.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's sub 4-minute pace. I mean, they can't maintain that, but look how effortless. It's crazy to me. I'm gonna fast forward it because this is not the final. Bam. Let's see. This is where she takes control. I think the last 150, or according to this, last 100. And it doesn't even look like she's trying, and she just starts to create separation.
John, can I ask a fucked up question?
Go ahead.
You ever just feel bad for the white women? You ever just like
she's trying her hardest. Look how hard she's trying, and the thing was just relaxed. Just relax, like you're not gonna catch me. Nah.
I'm a different level. I'm a different class. I think she still qualified though. Grace, I think Grace still qualified for the Olympics though.
Yeah, but that wasn't even like the final. Now I gotta like look up the final because I'm upset that I didn't have it.
Yeah, no.
This is it right here.
That's your own fault. There it is.
And she was like half a second off the American record.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what I don't need is
commentary.
8 minutes of lead up time. It's a thing.
It's a 2-minute race. It's a 2-minute race.
That's what we're here to watch. It's a 2-minute race. Raven Rogers. I don't think she made the team.
No, she didn't. I don't remember a Raven or a Rogers. I know Grace did.
Oh, there's IG Wilson, who was, it was a USC runner. She's like on the outside. So
she was like super happy. She got third. Yeah,
someone on the outside.
I mean, Olympian's an Olympian, bro.
She won the NCAAs. Like,
hey man, represent your country.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's crazy, by the way, how well these college kids ran who won their NCAA events, because they just finished that shit in like May. They have so much running on their legs, where these pros have been just trying to peak for the trials and for the Olympics.
Yep.
So some of these college like runners are running on dead legs because they just had the NCAA championships.
We got to see that Delilah Muhammad run next.
Is the American record holder, IG Wilson.
It was.
Yeah, we do. All right. So American record holder right there. Still holds the American record. She's 31, I believe.
That's so old for an Olympian.
IG Wilson. Maybe. The longer the distance, then the older, like the better it is as far as older. Like just because you don't have that fast twitch muscle fiber.
Shout out to Allison Felix, man, making her 5th Olympics.
She did in the 400. I think she placed second.
Yep.
All right, come on, introductions. Got it. I know who you are. The American record holder. Oh, my bad. There's the Olympic start. Bam.
This is where she stumbles.
Is this?
Yeah, this is when she stumbles.
Is this it? Where they're all
pile in
towards the
for the inline.
You see her kind of like lean backwards a little bit right there. Holy shit. I was scared. I was like, damn, he's the favorite, the heavy favorite. And I thought that it was all over right there. Or it could have been.
It could have been, yeah.
But I wonder if that incident is what caused her to kind of just realize, you know what? I'm gonna get out in front and run and get away from all this crazy shit that could derail my game plan.
No, yeah.
Like maybe she was trying to run kind of middle of the pack or on the shoulder of the leader, but instead she decided, you know what? I'm just gonna get out front.
Yeah, and it was over right there when she gets past that 3rd place. It's a wrap. Like, look at that, dude. Yeah, it's so crazy to think that like they're running like 17, 18 miles an hour, and it looks like they're jogging.
And this is pretty much almost all out effort up until like whatever little bit they saved for the last 100, 120 for a kick. But it doesn't look like that's how fast they're running.
Mm-hmm. So bananas, bro.
It looks like they got a chance still right here. And then they make this turn and she's gone.
It's over.
It's over. Here it is, the last 150. She starts to put it down. Nope. no, like the big thing in running, like when you're talking about middle distances, if someone makes a move, you got to match that move. There's no one that had the energy or the
Look at
talent,
that
the
shit,
speed
bro.
to try to match that move that she made. Look at that.
This. Jesus. They had to go to a different camera angle
In order to capture the next person. Yeah.
and then the one in second place is like so happy to make it. Hey, you're an Olympian. Congrats, but you're like 8 seconds away. Maybe 3 seconds away from being close to a thing, Mo.
And what's crazy is that they're elite level runners, and
yeah, these are top level.
That's how far ahead of them she is.
Just so you know,
she's a 19-year-old.
I'd probably be like at 200 meters right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if we're comparing it to like regular people, probably be like at 200-300 meters. They just did 8 fucking 100 meters in 156.
Half a mile. Yep.
Yeah. Half a mile, bro.
Jesus.
60 miles an hour, 17. When they catch
this was the scary part right here. I thought, man, and this shit has happened in Olympics where like people have tripped and fallen over. She fell hard on her face.
Yeah.
That track is not soft. It's not forgiving.
No, it is not. It's like cut up tire almost, right? Like that's what I always think it is. Like right there.
God.
If she doesn't stumble like that, she might have got the world record.
She was actually already on pace for the American record, and she might have slowed down a little bit. I guess Aji Wilson had an even stronger kick when she set the record, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But she was supposedly on pace coming around that last turn.
Crazy, bro.
But let me see the 400-meter hurdles. I think it's the one that you're talking about, the women's.
Yeah, the Gabby Thomas. That's right there. You can just.
Gabby Thomas is 200 meters.
All right, we can see that.
This is Sydney McLaughlin. That's yeah.
See. Sydney's time is now. Yep, I saw this
10
one.
10 minutes? Nah, not 10 minutes. We're not doing 10 minutes.
We're not doing 10 minutes. World record, right?
They got to say another British dude again. This is Lila Muhammad.
Because it features the Olympic champion, the world champion,
the British,
world record
right?
holder, Dalila Muhammad. She has every title that every.
That sounds British. That sounds maybe New Zealand.
16. Maybe.
Queensland, Australia.
And on the outside of Dalila Muhammad was that USC runner who qualified third, I think. They don't show her, but
crazy shit, bro.
All right, come on, let's get this race started.
Did you watch this one already?
Yeah, this was I think this was one of the ones towards the end of the night. So when I drove in, we arrived home late, like around 11 o'clock. So I was able to see all these races that got pushed back because of the weather, the 200 meters, the 800, the hurdles. I think the 1500 meters too. I love that race. It's almost a mile, 1500 meters.
16 is a mile, right? 1600.
Yeah, I think technically 1609 fucking metric system. 1609 is a mile, so a lap and a little bit more.
Okay. Now, how did you watch this? Did you watch this on your links? Because I know you don't have television anymore.
No, I watched this on YouTube. One of these channels, whether it was NBC or someone or whatever, was broadcasting it live. And I just put it on my phone and I cast it to my Samsung TV. Nice. It was live.
Sweet.
Yeah. Let's see. They're about to start, I think. Set. Boom.
The world record is 52.16.
I've never been a fan of the hurdles. I don't know.
Hurdles seem terrifying.
I like the hurdles.
It's hard enough to run. Imagine having to jump.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, why are you slowing people's
pace down?
Strides. Like, I just don't like it. Their form and their stride. But I don't know. Just watching records fall and watching like this competition is amazing. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch the hurdles. And then this girl McLaughlin, who just set the record, who's about to pass and then just blow by her. She's a faster 400-meter like flat sprinter, like without the hurdles.
Yeah.
So once she got around to that straightaway, there was no way that the leader was going to be able to stay up. And then she's the only woman to break 52.
52
I didn't
seconds.
know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
52 seconds. I don't know who the fuck is gonna beat her.
I have no idea.
As she was injured back, I think she I don't know. They were talking about it. I don't remember her, man, because I don't watch the hurdles, but I don't know if they said she placed 5th or if she didn't make it out of her heat or the semifinals back in like Rio.
I think she had
17 or some shit.
I think she was like struggling with injuries, is what happened. If I remember them saying like she was struggling with injuries and didn't make it out of her heat, so it didn't matter. But yeah, if she stays with it, man, I don't know. Her and who's the other guy? Yeah, we're gonna watch that Noah Lyles Arian Knighton one because I thought Arian Knighton.
I want to watch the. Did you watch the semi where Arian Knighton beat him?
Yeah, and had the world record. Yeah, and it didn't even look.
And then in the final,
I don't understand how he beat him. Does that make sense? Like he beat him clearly in the semi, and then he didn't come close to him in the final.
But what's crazy is that in the final, Arian Knighton lowered his time even more. It looked like he ran worse because the announcers were talking about him. He gave him too much time, too much of a gap to try to make up.
Let's watch it.
But the dude still lowered his time. So he ran a faster time than he did.
To me, he's silver medal.
And he's 17.
He's silver medal for me.
I don't know, man. There's some runners out there, but
Jamaica, right? Jamaica.
It's always Jamaica, right?
It's always Jamaica, right? Like.
No, but the U.S. I think the U.S. has runners. They're stacked in every fucking event this year. Jamaica hasn't replenished their runners like the U.S. has. The U.S. has these kids, like I said.
Canada has that
19, Arian Knighton. There's another.
Canada has that one dude, that light skinned dude from the 2016. Yeah, almost that was.
He's pretty young.
That was close to Usain Bolt in the 200.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andre DeGrasse, I think.
Yes. When it was like, oh, Usain Bolt wants to crown him, wants to give him the torch or whatever the fuck.
I want to watch the semi before I watch the final.
Did you watch it? I watched this 14-year-old at his swim shit. That was insane.
I watched zero swimming.
Well, it was diving.
Swimming. Zero swimming. I was in the pool. You know why? I was in Virginia Beach. That's where I was in the pool.
You gonna watch the semi or watch the final?
We'll watch the semi and then we'll watch the final.
All right.
Because then you'll see like this kid let's get a little bit of this New Zealand.
I think it's going to stop this man here. He's ready to the world in the 100 individual
defense. I know, and she said they both said they wanted to be Olympians, and here they are with an opportunity to do just that. This has been a long road for them, full of adversity.
He has a brother that didn't even come close.
Hey, they're going to suit him.
It was Josephus Laos, yeah.
Because the strength of his race is the final 100, so that's
of him though.
This dude,
Terrence Laird, who won the 100 at the
his
NCAA.
legs were dead, man. I was watching him in the NCAAs, and his second 100 meters, he would just fucking mow people down. Like it was like his legs were fresh, and all that shit caught up to him. Like after running a long college season and then running the NCAAs, and
you got to be worn out, bro. Yeah, 100%.
I just think that he didn't have anything left. His legs were done. Yeah, man. Because this dude, I thought he was going to do really well. I thought that he had a chance of making the team, even with all the pros that he was racing against. And he 2021
NCAA champion.
And second in 200, opted to not run the 100 here and focus.
This dude.
And this guy in lane 6 broke Usain Bolt's world under 18.
Which, by the way, is not a high school record because he turned pro a few months ago.
Yeah.
So it doesn't count as a high school record, even though he's still he's going to his senior year, I think.
I'm Florida gang.
Why wouldn't it be a high school record? Like the dude is in Jackson or Tampa, I guess, but I think it was from Jacksonville. But why wouldn't it be a high school record? Like I get he turned pro, but I don't know.
Politics, brother. Semantics.
Record. Lyle's high school national record. He ran 20.0.
He can't go to college then, right?
Opening round. He's only 17, but I guarantee you he is going to factor in this race.
Yeah, that dude ain't trying to go to college. Like he did the right thing. Yeah, he has no eligibility because he turned pro.
Yeah,
but
makes sense.
They signed him. I hope he made decent money. Like if you sign a 5-year deal worth 1.8 million or 2 point something million,
that's life-changing money.
They might pay him.
That's life-changing money.
That's life-changing money. That's money that people that go to college and get college degrees are not going to make throughout their life. 100%. And he's got that shit already.
Yes.
Yeah. That's an easy call.
He's already got this guy's attention.
If you know enough to make that decision, then that's all the education you need.
100%.
That's the entire point.
You're good.
And hopefully he has people around him that aren't going to take advantage of him.
That's all we hope.
Yeah. All right, let's see how this goes. I mean, I know how it goes.
Noah Lyles.
I fucking saw it.
Yeah, saw it twice.
Beautiful
actually.
race.
Yeah.
Top three go through. There's Lyles second from the right.
And if Lyles second from the outside can be in
look how
contention
he
around this
fucking runs
turn, which
people
he
down.
is, I'm not worried about the second half of this race. That's his strength.
Here comes Arian
Lyles
Knighton, though.
was
The
chilling, though. You can
17-year-old
tell.
in the middle of the track.
He was just trying to make it.
The 17-year-old's gonna beat the world champion.
Yeah. I mean, Knighton
And
eased
goes
up at the
straight
line,
1988. My
but so did
goodness.
Lyles.
And the wind is legal. That would be another world under 18
You see
record
it?
once it's ratified. So remember 5 years ago when Noah Lyles came to the Olympic trials
I
as a high
like
schooler,
this. I like
and he
this
was
guy.
beating
I like
all
Lyles.
these
Like every time he
pros.
gets interviewed and stuff, like he's real humble, well spoken. He doesn't have any shit to say about this kid because 5 years ago at the Olympic trials, he was
Arian Knighton.
Knighton beating all these pros. Yeah.
What I liked in the
But
finals.
yeah, no, like
What I liked in the finals when he beat him, he's like, he congratulated him. He's like, "Yo, man, we got this shit. Let's do this shit together."
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nothing but humility and positivity. He keeps that force field around them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He keeps all negativity
That's
out.
right. That's right.
That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
no, you could tell that about him. And if it's not, then he's a hell of an actor. But it seems like he's a real, like, humble, just positive dude. So
I don't know how well
it's
you
a
can
good
act
thing.
after
They got a good team.
I don't know how well you can act after a 200-meter sprint. I'd be like, oh, gotta be
Yeah.
fake now.
I like how he smiles at the end because like Knighton like kind of eases up and like he does his little celebration and then you see Lyles in the background. Lyles in the background kind of smiling and pointing at him or whatever. Let's see if they catch it.
But Knighton had other plans that looked Otto really comfortable. He's looking at the clock as he's crossing the
See the
finish
short.
line. I don't know. It's going to be a race in the final.
17 years of age, you're in the Olympic trial semifinal for the first time ever. You run down Noah Lyles, and
Right there.
10 meters from the line, you're looking at the clock. That's confidence.
Pre-race.
Yeah, he was
Otto Bolden. Shout out to him. Trinidad and Tobago.
back in the day.
Back in the day, bro.
Yeah.
I'm fucking track and field nerd out here. More like track though. Field, I'm not watching fucking shot put. Or like
Although someone set a
ja-
damn world record for shot put.
javelin. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't watch field events either. Ryan
Come on.
something, I think, or Brian something. I don't know. I was
There
about
was
to
a
say
woman,
Ryan
too.
Bader. It's a fucking MMA fighter.
MMA fighter for Bellator. Yeah, that's definitely not it. Pros world's fastest time. Yep, let's watch that shit.
Let's watch this final.
It's crazy, right? Because you don't think
This New
And
Zealand
here
dude.
is the world champion.
Go ahead.
you think of a guy that just lost. You don't think that he's like just pacing himself in a race, but that's what these professionals do. Like, that's the weird thing, right? Like they're just trying to make it to the final, make sure they qualify, and just make sure their body's at peak level in the finals of that day and in the finals in the Olympics, because they still have heats in the Olympics. It's not like they just go straight to the final.
Right, you got heats, and then you get to the semis and into the final. So that's crazy to know that you have to pace yourself so
But
that you
still
can
win.
peak in the final.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about pacing, it's not even pacing for like a marathon or a
Nope.
1,500 meters. It's
200.
pacing for 100, 200 meters. Like you're talking about depending on, well, when we're talking about sprints, the 100 or the 200 in this instance, you're pacing for like hundreds of a fucking second. Like that's how well you know how fast you got to run a turn, how much you got to have left for the last 50 meters. You know, these guys, I mean, obviously we have technology where like everyone knows what their top end speed is and how long people can maintain their top end speed, which is not much. That's why Usain Bolt was so fucking great, because he had a higher top end speed and he can maintain it for longer.
Yeah.
Well, then there you go. That's it. If he got out to better starts, because he was so tall, that's the one thing he struggled with.
He
was
probably would have
getting
run
out to a
18s,
better
right?
Start.
He probably would have ran 18s.
I don't know if he would have run 18s, but like I don't think so. But
1919. He ran
it's
1919.
crazy.
He ran 19. If he had a better start, that's just a couple hundred of a second.
Johan Blake was a beast, man. Johan Blake was a beast, and injuries held him back. I think Johan Blake would have been faster than Usain Bolt. I think he could have been.
No, I give you that one, but if it's a motherfucker, boy, if it's such a monster.
Yeah, those ifs, man.
Those
That's the other
ifs.
part of sports, staying healthy, man.
Yeah, man. Like Kawhi,
Let's see.
just can't do it.
Already over here, I didn't know that he was gonna make it. I didn't know if he was gonna make it because he looked like he was pretty
And
far
it's
behind.
who will lead off of the turn. The high schooler has some work to do, but Noah Lyles is in a good position.
But
Here comes Noah Lyles. Kenny Benerick. How about Arian Knighton? That looks like the three going to Tokyo.
That is a huge win for Noah Lyles, who has not looked to be in this
That's
kind of
your
shape
body
throughout the rounds. But he was able to pull on his experience.
And then what does he
He
do?
ran really well around the turn auto, which is not usually
Goes
his
right over to
strength.
the next one.
And I think
Right here.
Arian Knighton
That's
gave
right.
him too much and
There
had
you go,
too much
man.
work to do in the home stretch.
So Knighton becomes the first high schooler to make a U.S. Olympic
You know,
team.
obviously, they're making a team, but it's an individual sport. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, he knows, like, because he's been injured too, like all the shit they got to go through.
Everything it takes
to stay healthy, because that, man, it's fucking sprints, man. It's crazy because he tweaked a hand. Like I was watching Justin Gatlin seed in the 100 meters, and I saw him in the semis actually. And in the semis, he went through to the finals, but he kind of pulled like he grabbed his right leg, and I was like, fuck. And then the commentator said it too. Justin Gatlin is 139 years old.
And
that dude's
track
been
years
running forever.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he's 39 years old though, but which is old for fucking sprinters. 39.
Yep.
And obviously, look, he's tested positive for fucking banned substances twice. I think he's been banned for like 4 years, 6 years.
He's been trying to catch Usain Bolt and then try to do everything he could. We can take that off screen share. We're gonna watch another race.
There's one more. Is there one more?
The Gabby Thomas.
The Gabby Thomas race. That's the women's 200.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one more after this, and then we can wrap it up. Which is not the first round. The final. Come on.
Who the fuck gives a fuck about the first round? Not watching the first round of the playoffs. What is that shit?
You showing me pictures? The fuck are you showing me pictures for, man?
Because Allison Felix.
I'm trying to see pictures.
Allison Felix, man, 2004, 2012. Respect the legend, bro. Respect the legend. She got fifth in this one, though.
1 month ago? What are we talking about right now? Women's 200-meter final. Oh, this is the one that Allison Felix did not make, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she made the 400, not the 200.
Yeah. All right, Mike Tirico. Come on, dude. Stop harassing women over there at the track.
They brought Mike Tirico in just for Allison Felix.
Competing here 2 weeks ago, she'll need her best race to factor.
There's a Navy battle.
You know what, man? That's crazy. Her best race to even have a
chance.
I was listening to Jackie Joyner-Kersee.
Very well. She was second in her semifinal.
There, for whatever reason, there was one of the races, the heptathlon, and on the heptathlon, you know, the fucking like 5,000 events they got to do.
Yep.
And they were on the last event, which I think was the 800 meters, and they brought Jackie Joyner-Kersee in, who is a former like world Olympic champion.
Yep.
Silver, gold, bronze medalist in the long. I think it was a long jump or triple jump. The long jump and in the heptathlon, and she was commentating. That shit was like listening to someone fucking run their fingernails on a goddamn chalkboard. It hurt to listen to Jackie Kersey call this race. It was so bad, man. I'm gonna pull it up just so you can listen to how bad it was. I know we're all talking about force field and stuff like that.
Dude, let's keep the negativity out, John. Let's keep the negativity out, John.
We're gonna keep the negativity out, but we'll listen to it and we won't say anything. We'll just listen. How about that?
Hey, John, the way a podcast work, John, is that
but she's a board member. She's a board member for the U.S. track and field. I mean, she is an important person in the world of track and women's track and American track and field. And I'm glad that she's a board member and not a broadcaster. I'm glad that she was able to continue her career off the track and continue to impact the sport of track and field
in a
positive manner.
Hey, John, we're not
that's
gonna
positive. I'm giving her all the positive.
John, we're not gonna play somebody that you described as nails on the chalkboard on a podcast because we're trying to keep our podcast audible. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we'll listen to it offline.
No, it's not nails on the chalkboard. We'll listen to her.
Also, John, you're sharing your screen. You have every tab open in your thumbnails. What the fuck is that shit? Gotta close some of these things.
We're listening to this. There's like 3 tabs.
The bottom shit, the folders.
Thomas.
I don't know.
Here comes Jenna Prandini in the white.
Look at that. Hey, that white girl can run.
Yeah, that white girl can.
He plays second.
200. Gabby Thomas is going to Tokyo. 21:62.
That's one of the fastest times ever in the event. 21:61 corrected now. The wind is legal. Personal best again for
What does that
Gabby
mean?
Thomas. 3 rounds, 3 personal.
What?
That's the
wind is legal?
Yeah.
Ever.
So I believe it's 2.2. And like they measure the wind, so if it goes over 2.2, then like your record doesn't count for the sprints. Anything over like I think 400 or 800, they don't give a shit. But when we're
Okay.
talking about 100 and 200 meters,
Gotcha.
if the wind is over a certain number, then it's a wind aided time and it doesn't count as far as like the official records. Which I think that Johan Blake had some of those where it was like a wind aided and he ran a faster time than Usain Bolt. And they said that even if it hadn't been wind aided, he would have ran a slower time, but still faster than what Usain ran. But you know, whatever, that's all speculation and theorizing.
Johan Blake was Canadian, right?
What if? No, dude, he was another Jamaican runner.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's still running this Olympics too.
Probably is. I mean, what else they got left?
And then there
Usain
was
Bolt.
the
Usain
other
Bolt
dude
retired.
was Asafa Powell.
I remember
He was
Southpaw
from
Powell Bald
back-
headed dude.
Yeah.
Back in the
Yeah.
day. Was the
What
Southpaw
was the last
Powell?
one? No, I'm not.
Was the
Oh, the
Southpaw Powell?
1500 meters.
Okay. Sir,
What?
we're not watching
ahead.
a fucking mile run, are we? Is that what we're doing on
Well,
this?
no, we're just gonna run like we're just gonna run. We're just gonna watch like the. By the way, that shit only lasts like 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah,
In case you're
goddamn.
wondering,
I know. But why is it
look
a
at these
19
motherfuckers are flying
19-minute clip?
because this
Cole
is the first
Hawker.
round, right? Because they have a
Cole
bunch
Hawker.
of.
I saw
Yeah,
this
'cause they have a
actually.
bunch of heats, so they have all the first round heats. That's why it's 19 minutes.
I think
19 minutes, and I'd still be running fucking 3 miles.
Go down. There it is. That one. The 26,000
Which
views.
one?
Go down one. Go down.
Right here.
There it is. Yeah.
All right.
This is our YouTube scrolling podcast.
Our YouTube scouting part. Hey, when we get to talk about
Hey
this
man,
race,
look,
Jump is now
finish
complete.
another bottle.
it still bothers me.
2 weeks
It
ago.
still bothers me that we got like a New Zealander fucking.
Why not have Mark Jones do
Commentating.
this shit? That doesn't make any sense. I have no idea who the long
I don't know,
jumper.
maybe we just have some dry ass fucking.
Nah, man, Mark Jones could do this shit.
fucking
Mark Jones
filmmaking.
could do anything.
Look at you got to see this dude right here. This dude right here with the fucking mullet, man.
Oh no, I
He
saw him.
is
Sorry, I've watched this race
right
already.
there.
Absolutely. He has benefited
The
from that
mullet
year
is
getting
long,
back his
the
health.
mustache
Now
is
we
thick.
see Craig Ingles here. The
That man's
mullet
about
is
his
long,
business.
the stash is thick. He's ready to go. He said in 2020, all there was to do was train.
Craig
he got himself
Ingles.
really fit, and he's ready to go now.
Yeah,
Hey yo,
that
John,
dude has
pause it.
got to be from like
Pause it real quick.
Mobile, Alabama, right?
pause it real quick.
Craig Angles with that fucking mustache
Hey,
and the haircut. that
in
mullet?
20 years, does he become Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner? Because Bruce Jenner had a mullet.
Bruce Jenner was buff though. He wasn't a distance runner. He was like he did the decathlon. I don't know.
No, I know,
I
but
don't
he
think
still
so.
had a mullet, though, right? He still had a mullet, John.
Is that what we're going off? Just because he has a mullet, he's gonna
Yeah,
be the next.
that's how I base
Caitlyn
all my
Jenner?
binary names. Yes, that's a mullet or no mullet.
So so he won't be Craig Angles anymore. He'll be what is he gonna be?
Christina,
Christina.
yeah, Christina
know.
Angles.
We're getting canceled.
Yeah,
All right.
100%, bro.
151. Look, 2 laps to go already. These motherfuckers have already run half a mile. 151.
Together like this, and no one's been that hasn't been
What's
broken
that white dude
apart.
wearing
No
all
one's
black?
splintered it.
What's going on
So
here?
people are.
This
Of course.
is
And you
Cole
can see
Hawker
there,
way
hit
back
number
here.
8.
Yeah,
He is stuck
And this
in
guy right
first,
here
and
is
behind
the
It's like second to last.
kind of in a difficult position.
Centrowitz,
fourth to last.
Central. He's the defending Olympic champion, number 7.
Well, so all the men are trying to gather themselves and move out. They know a move is
If he
coming.
steps over that yellow line, he's out, right?
Lead Suleiman. 1500.
Yes and no. Like that happened to the women in the women's race, where one of the women they all raced to get to that.
Pause their
inside lane.
mute their audio, John.
Really wicked last line. We see everyone gathering.
That happened in the women's race when they were all racing to get to the inside lane. one of them got bumped, and she like got bumped onto the inside of the rail, onto the grass and shit. And she was a favorite. I thought, holy fuck, we're about to lose a damn the best American runner who's a favorite for a medal. She did the same shit I think Mo did though. She said, "Fuck this! I'm getting out to the front, and I'm gonna run from the front and leave these people behind."
Yeah, that's what.
So this dude out front is the defending. He's a defending Olympic champ.
So Trinovich, right? Doesn't he have his Centrowitz? Yeah. The Oregon guy was running at home because this was all in Oregon.
Yeah, he's an Oregon grad too.
Yeah, Eugene.
Right there, he looked back and it was a mistake. I don't know that because that's what he's known for. Look at this dude, Cole Hawker, that kick, right? But that's what Centrowitz is known for. And he looks right here. He looks back. Fuck my bad. He looks back on his outside shoulder, and he didn't see him. He looked back on his inside shoulder. I don't think he felt the pressure up until like
he lined up.
It was too late, and Cole Hawker already had a full head of steam. And now in his interview, he said that he actually started pushing a little too early, but maybe I thought that I don't know. I thought that maybe he didn't really catch him, and he started his sprint too late, if anything.
They could have just finished. Let's see. We'll see what happens.
This is some crazy shit because African runners are running sub 330s, man. These guys are fucking. If they want to run hard, they'll just go out there and run a 329 if they want to. 330, low 330s. Centrowitz won the Olympics, I think, in like 340 because it was a super fucking slow race, and it was a mistake because he was the best sprinter in the field. And
did Engels make it
for the last 200 meters? And they
weren't able to make it.
Like he just. No, he did not. No, the dude from Notre Dame made it.
Fuck Notre Dame.
Dude with the green jersey.
Fuck that guy.
Hey, this guy's a freshman too. He's like 18, 19.
I don't care. Still hate Notre Dame. Like 18, I told you, man. Look. My.
No, I'm talking about Cole Hawker. Cole Hawker is a freaking freshman.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, shout out to Cole Hawker. I'm saying what I was saying is like Notre Dame. My hatred of anybody is very selective and completely and utterly hypocritical, just like Kawhi Leonard. I don't really hate Kawhi Leonard.
You know what? We're not even going to talk about Kawhi. Kawhi's a great player. He's making the right decision for himself. He's questioning the medical professionals at the Clippers, just like he questioned the medical professionals from San Antonio that were forcing him to come back too early. Because you know what? All they care about is a championship. All you need is one championship.
Yeah,
They don't give a fuck if you win one and then you don't win again for 15 years. If you don't win again for 15 years, that's fine. They'll use you to get their one championship because they're the Clippers and you know they're not going to get another one. And then they'll throw you away. Kawhi said, no, fuck that. I'm going to stay healthy. I'm going to get my money and I'll be able to contribute to my team that way. So I know you hate Kawhi. He made the right decision. You just want to hate on Kawhi. Force field. I'm going to put a force field on Kawhi. I'm going to do it for him.
Here's the thing, though. I completely understand and agree with what you're saying, 132%. But I still just don't like Kawhi. Like, and it's solely based on the fact that when we were kids, we never really had a chance to go in any kind of version of pro, right? You couldn't have done the track and field pro. I couldn't have done football, wrestling, any of that stuff. Lost in everything, and was utterly embarrassed. I actually quit football the first time I ever went to practice when crab walks were too much. Let's just lay it all out there, right? Let's just be 100. But again, like I just don't like Kawhi, like because I don't like somebody
because he's a quiet professional.
Because he's a quiet professional, but unemotional. Like you go back to like what I was telling you on like WhatsApp, right? Like when me and you played 2-on-4 or 2-on-3, right? Me and you being the two, and we were playing against kids a little bit younger, maybe a little like around our age, right? You broke a kid's arm. That's well documented.
He was my age and taller. That dude was actually probably older than me.
And
that was my boy.
Here's the thing we never talked about. We crushed them, right? Him and his brother. Like it was embarrassing. Like they were like around our age.
We play people our age, Richard and JP and all these other people.
Yeah, 100%.
You're right. We should talk to them. We were the opposite of Kawhi.
We were the opposite. That's and those experiences as a child, a tender age of what, 13, 14, right? Is what I based my
17, yeah.
To 17, 13 to 17 is what I based my entire judgment of an athlete off of. if you're not a shit talker, I can't rock with you. But also, here's where I'm very ridiculous. If you're an excessive shit talker, but not as talented as everybody else, like a Pat Beverly, I don't like you.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't. I know it doesn't make sense.
So excessive is if your shit talking game is higher than your actual game, then that's excessive.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
If you're a Kobe Bryant, right, and your shit talking level has to be on par with your talent. You can't over talk your level of gameplay, right? Like you can't score 3 points a game, but you talk like you're a perennial fucking all-star. That doesn't make sense. We never talked that I can think of above our talent level, right? Like we talk with other kids who were just fucking around. Like if we played against people who were more talented, we're like, yo, man, we need to tighten the fuck up. Like we probably shut the fuck up and let's play this.
Probably.
We need to run some slants here instead of just going go route every time.
Let's get some quick first downs.
Yeah, let's get
we gotta fucking get these two completions and get this first down.
We say some stupid shit like let's get a rhythm going. And you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, listen, you need to run a slant here instead of keep trying to run it out. He keeps jumping the route. Like that would be the type of shit we would say. But that's how my judgment is purely based hypocritical. Like I'll give you an example. Like I don't like Paul George, right? And I didn't like in the last round. I didn't like Giannis against the Nets. And by the way, we don't even have a segue into this shit, but it's what we do. But I saw a clip today or yesterday of Giannis saying, "Look, man, pressure's gonna be pressure. I'm gonna airball free throws, but I'm gonna keep going. Like I'm not gonna fucking stop. Game 7, I airball free throws. It doesn't matter. Like that's some deep shit. Like I went from not being a fan of Giannis to being a fan of Giannis because of his confidence level, and he's a 2-time MVP that's not afraid of being embarrassed. It feels like a Paul George or a Kawhi Leonard are afraid of being embarrassed. You know what I mean? Be it from a medical staff or stuff like that. And it's purely hypocritical and based on my perspective of my like and dislike of these specific players. And that's completely and utterly unfair, 100%. But it's also 100% honest. If I like you as a player, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, or a fighter. If I don't like you as a player or a fighter, I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. That's just how I work. Like that's the only way I can be. It's honest. I can only tell you what I feel.
That's what Masvidal fans?
That's why Masvidal fans but hate his politics, right?
Because he had a hell of a fucking year. He was beating the shit out of everybody, and I was like, yeah, talk to shit.
Talk your shit.
3 pieces of biscuit or whatever the fuck you were serving people up.
Yeah, exactly. Give Leon Edwards. Yeah, give Leon Edwards whatever business he wants. Like that's why Nate Diaz hasn't won a fight in 5 years, but I still rock with him. You know what I mean?
That's right. I thought he was gonna knock Leon Edwards the fuck out. Holy shit!
If he had that fight, if he had a little bit
30 more seconds.
30 more seconds.
If he had realized that, because he hit him, and instead of going after him, he just kind of like pointed at him and just fucked with him. If he would have just gone after him, Leon Edwards was done. He was dead on his leg.
That punch alone, this is where like the bourbon comes in. That punch alone gives the fact that Leon Edwards does not deserve a title shot everything for me. I think he needs to fight Masvidal next. Even if he did win, I still don't put him at the class of Kamaru Usman. I just don't.
That's why he's not getting it. Someone else is getting it. I think
Kobe Covington.
Someone else is
Kobe Covington's getting that. But I don't know who Kobe Covington's fought since he got his face broken by Kamaru Usman. I don't know if he's fought, and I don't want you to Google it because I could care less. You know what I mean? If he's fought one person, that's 3 people less than Kamaru Usman has fought. Kamaru Usman has fought George Masvidal twice, and the other 170er that I can't think of his name, the Brazilian dude that used to be his teammate.
Mm-hmm.
That's fighting I think Karate
Burns?
Kid. Yeah, Gilbert Burns. That's fighting Stephen Thompson next.
Yeah.
Like you don't just get to wait around for the
who's fighting Thompson next?
Gilbert Burns.
Is he?
Yeah, from what I've heard. And also today, this completely and utterly sidetracked. Today they just announced the interim heavyweight title of Cyril Gane versus Derek Lewis because John Jones won't fucking sign for Ngannou. So they gotta come up with a title shot. So they're keeping Ngannou on the shelf because John Jones won't sign the title shot because he wants more money and all this other shit. It gets exhausting. Then you leave Stipe out of it. Stipe is still the greatest heavyweight of all time. Like you're just leaving him out of the conversation. All right, listen, we're getting sidetracked.
He's not retired.
He's not retired.
We did.
It's a total thing. But look, my basis is on how I talk about the players, if I like them or not. Like, I'll never give Paul Pierce any credit. I don't like the guy. And him
Why?
and Karl
He shit
Malone.
his pants?
Yeah, and he had to shit his pants, but like they rolled him out on a wheelchair. So fuck you forever.
Uh-huh.
Him and Karl Malone that allegedly had sex with a 13-year-old girl and got her pregnant. Now his son is in the NFL, but whatever. If I don't like you, I don't like you, bro. That doesn't change. That doesn't change. Like on those type of things, like continuously, I don't like you. Like Giannis was like a situational thing because he was playing against the Nets, and I wanted Kevin Durant to win the title after coming back from an Achilles. That's all it is.
Yeah, man. Well, you're welcome for turning on to U.S. track and field.
Thank you, sir.
The Olympic trials.
Yeah,
you're welcome. You were not giving me
let's
any credit. Like a
USA
couple days ago, you're like,
track.
oh yeah, Mel and I are watching. Mel and I are watching the stuff. I was like, oh yeah, you're welcome. And you're acting like, what the fuck? I was watching this on my own. I was like, no, you were shit talking track because I think you're responsible for what people running the fuck out of here.
No. I said I won't run unless somebody's chasing me. Then I watched it. I was like,
you
oh
took
shit.
it farther.
I probably did.
You took it a step farther and started watching people diving and shit. I'm like, I'm not fucking watching diving. Although
no, I watched. Listen, man,
I will probably watch synchronized diving and all that bullshit. I will. That
14-year-old Joshua Hedberg. First of all, sir, he's 14. We can't think of anything we were dedicated to that much than a 14-year-old was at diving. Phenomenal, man. I don't know if he
look. I can tell you what. At 14, I was the best 2-on-2, along with you, my teammate, shit talker, street football players in Miami Springs, maybe in Dade County or the state of Florida, for that matter.
No. Let's be honest. We're not counting like Alapata, Northwestern, anywhere like Carroll City.
Look, it's not my fault they weren't playing that shit on the street, so I'll take it. If they didn't have a team, that's their fault.
They were playing for real.
We were number one ranked.
Number one ranked in the state.
They're in the league. They were in the league. You're right.
They were in the league. We were just tossing the ball around on a half basketball court with no rims, bro. Yeah, no rims.
It used to be a tennis court.
That used to be a
fucking tennis court.
It used to be a fucking tennis court. Hey man, I got nothing else. I am feeling nice. I'm gonna drink some water, watch some DC's Titans with my wife. What else you got, brother?
I'm good, man.
All right, man. Hey. Cheers, man. Welcome back before your next vacation. We'll do this again soon. We're going to have a guest. Our boy Jonathan Parrilla is going to talk about his COVID-19 experience. I know we're in 2021, but shit is still real out here in these streets. All right, brother. Yeah. Thank you so much, man. Peace.
Peace. Here's my Korean piece. Peace.
All right.
Or the John Travolta.
That's so like racist almost.
I don't know.
All right. Hey, before I go, did you see the new anime that's supposed to be on Netflix? Something called like Ragnarok. It's supposed to be.
I haven't seen it.
It's supposed
to be
watching
My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I gotta watch. We're watching DC's Titans and Hacks and a bunch of other shit. You still gotta watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Lupin. Let me know when you finish it because I was up till almost 6 a.m. watching that shit. All right, man. Peace.
Peace.